We're just hours away from a potential government shutdown, and the big development in terms of the negotiations around trying to get continuing funding for the government so far today was a meeting between Donald Trump and Senator Chuck Schumer that happened earlier today. It was apparently just those individuals and some aides and things like that. It wasn't one of these big meetings where there's Republicans and Democrats there. It's a more intimate meeting, which can be scary when Trump is a part of the intimate meeting. But anyway, it was possible at that meeting that some sort of deal could emerge that would continue to fund the government while also addressing some of the issues that we're focused on right now, like dealing with chip funding and also some sort of legislative fix for DACA. It doesn't really look like that actually happened though. Now Chuck Schumer had this to say. He said, "We had a long and detailed meeting. We discussed all of the major outstanding issues. We made some progress, but we still have a good number of disagreements. The discussions will continue and the clock will keep ticking," by the way. Trump tweeted that there was some positive action and stuff like that, but he's also been tweeting all day that the Democrats want to defund the government so that illegal immigrants can steal your job or something like that. And another White House official who was at the meeting said that it was cordial, but that a lengthy list of obstacles still remains. And there's less and less time for any sort of lengthy list to be dealt with.
So this is relatively easy, actually, if you ask me. And because I know the Democrats' nature, the problem is the Republicans and Trump. So it's not a political statement. I actually blame the Democrats a lot in this case, not for the shutdown because they're not fighting hard enough. All right, so let me get to it. What does a deal look like? Okay, they approved the budget. They put chip back in, that's the children's health insurance, okay? Now the Republicans just took it hostage in September. It was always approved, there was never an issue, everyone agrees it should be done. It's overwhelmingly popular, even the Republicans agree, right? But they're like, we're not gonna fund it because we like taking hostages. Because we know that when it comes to January, we'll say, we'll give you chip back. We'll give you your kids back after you give us everything we want in the budget. Now, the other thing that needs to be included, so that's easy, that's why Republicans took that hostage in the first place, right? Other part of it is the DREAM Act. So that has 70 to 80% approval rating in the country. There's a lot of Republicans who are in favor of it, not most, but enough to get passage. All the Democrats are in favor of it. Trump claims to be in favor of it, and so overwhelmingly popular. Now Trump wants a little bit of money for the wall. I hate that, I can't stand that. But I know the Democrats, they'll say yes to that in a second, okay? And voila, that's your deal, it's not that hard. So what's blocking it? Trump's like, okay, I'll do a clean chip, I'll do a clean DACA. No, I won't, you guys are terrible. He's an idiot, he's a total moron. On chip, the Republicans took that hostage and played politics well, even though they're disgusting. And Trump didn't realize it, and he tweeted something yesterday that blew up the whole deal. Like, wait, why isn't this just passed on its own? Yeah, great, let's do that deal. And the Republicans are like, oh, God damn it, you're so stupid, right? So that's literally what happened. And the Republicans are always like, they never want to give the Democrats anything. So this deal is actually super easy, but right now they still don't have it because there are obstinate people in Washington. They are definitely not named Democrats. I wish the Democrats would be more obstinate.
I mean, there's a lot to say about this. I think it's important to remember how we got DACA in the first place, and that's 2006, the immigrants' rights movement. There were millions of people in the street, pushing back with Bush's racist policies. And when Obama got elected, it was in large part, the sweeping majority was in large part through the Latino community. 6 years into his presidency, it took him 6 years to give them what they wanted. And that was just this cursory executive order. And here we are. I mean, there was nothing really permanent in place, and it's just because of, it was just basically a acquiescence to the voting bloc, because that's all they really care about is the voting bloc. So I see this as kind of arbitrary, considering the Democrats have lined up behind mass surveillance, endless war, and giving Trump whatever he wants. So what the hell really is this about? It seems very superficial to me.
Yeah, look, I think that the Democrats and Republicans had done their usual strategy. It's not talked about and they don't have to say it. Where Republicans demand everything, Democrats ask for one thing, okay? And because the budget has everything in it, plus they took Chip as hostage, right? So, and they were gonna play that usual kabuki theater where the Republicans say, "Rah, we want it," and Democrats go, "There's nothing we can do." Until Trump came in and go, "Hey, what's going on here? What are we doing?" Okay, DACA, chip, shitholes, just blew the whole thing up. So Look, they're going to get probably back to regular order any second now, and they're going to shut Trump up, and the establishment's going to win again, and you'll have some cosmetic changes, but 99% right-wing policies will continue unabated.
So you're predicting that today they will actually have a deal?
No, but here's my fun prediction, having nothing to do with policy. So tonight, Donald Trump has a celebration of his first year in office, okay? It's his anniversary. It's at Mar-a-Lago, but they're trying to pretend that Trump cares so much about the government shutdown that he will not go to Mar-a-Lago, okay? But there's all sorts of rich people going, and it's driving him crazy.
Oh yeah.
Steve Wynn is heading the event, and he's an actual billionaire, and he's actually been successful with casinos, which actually is not that hard unless you're Donald Trump. So
did you know people actually give you money at a casino? They just walk in and give you their money.
Trump is the only hotel in Las Vegas that doesn't have an actual casino because they like iced him out of the strip. So he's just in this weird parking lot.
You know why? Partly because he proved in Atlantic City he's the only person in the world who cannot run a casino. The house always wins unless it's Donald Trump. So, but he's dying to go down there. So either he's gonna make the deal to like, okay, what do I sign? I don't DACA chip. Who cares? I don't even get chocolate chips. You get it, right? Whatever, right? I gotta go to Mar-a-Lago. Steve Wynn's waiting for me. He's actually rich, right? Or all that stuff that he sent all of his guys to talk about in the press room today. Oh, Donald Trump cares so much, he's not going. Even if it's not signed, he's gonna go.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Possible.
Yeah, I just don't think we should give Democrats the whole, oh, you really care about DACA, considering it's the millions of people who are pushing this legislation in the first place. So I just am so disgusted with this resistance, this MIC resistance going on.
I was disgusted when I saw a tweet from Mitch McConnell, which didn't like sort of imply that they were trying to force the Democrats to choose between funding for health insurance for low-income children or for the Dreamers. It literally had a picture that had both and said, see which one they choose.
Yeah, gun to your head.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and by the way, just a reminder, because I said that I'm always going to do this. Funding CHIP each year would cost less than 1% of the tax cuts we just gave to millionaires and billionaires.
On the other hand, do they really deserve it? They're little kids who are sick. The other guys are the richest people in the world. So, I don't know. You seem to have some weird priorities, John. Caring about the sick kids. Well, we've got billionaires to take care of. You just watched the video by the Young Turks, the home of the revolution. If you'd like to get the full show, come join us and become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.